Alright, hello, my name is Heather and I am TEFL Group 37 and I and my lovely assistant Tanya. No more? There you go, thank you. We'll be showing you how to use a Pechka. So, this is a Pechka. This is a coal and wood Pechka. There are different kinds in Ukraine. In larger houses, they are in the wall and they look like brick ovens, and those are usually only wood burning. But I live in an apartment and I will show you how to work the Pechka because it is difficult and it would have helped me to have this video and learn how to do it. So, first, what you need 3 buckets. 1 bucket to empty the Pechka, 1 bucket with good coal, and 1 extra bucket where you will put the reusable coal. And then of course your large bag of wood. Now, in the winter time, your wood will be wet for sure because snow will get on it. So what you must do every night, I usually recommend when you, oh sorry, that's my cat. I usually recommend when you get your coal after you start the fire and get more coal to refuel for the end of the night, grab some small pieces of wood and put them near the radiator pipes. This will dry the wood and make it easier for them to burn. And then of course, I recommend having a box of paper or cardboard, whatever will help light the fire. Okay, so what you must do. Your Pechka looks like this. You have 2 compartments. The bottom where all the ash and soot falls. No. And then you have the top where you put the wood, and then once the wood burns, you put the coal on. So, I have already cleaned it out. You can see what coal is reusable. Then you take your dry wood and you put it in the Pechka. I usually put the larger pieces at the bottom because those take longer to burn. And of course you need proper ventilation. The grill should be cleaned without any soot or anything, so there's proper air coming in. And I would recommend stacking it in 2s. You can do it like a teepee. I've tried that. I've tried many different ways, but the stacking for me works the best. But it doesn't come without difficulty, even after 2 years. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, that should work. So you have the wood stacked in 2s in your Pechka. Next, I will get the igniter. What I recommend is you have old pieces of clothes, cloth, whatever. You must have this. Without this, it will take forever to start the fire. So I've actually had to buy a blanket from the bazaar so I could cut it up, a brand new blanket, cut it up, and use it for the fire because I can't use all my clothes. So just what you have to do. And then you can go to the apteka. If your bazaar has it, you must buy spirit. It is like rubbing alcohol, and it's a good igniter for your Pechka. But this, the apteka did not have spirit, so they gave me the next best thing, ethanol and chloroform, which is highly flammable. And you just pour it onto the cloth. That's backup if you don't have spirit. Spirit or gasoline or oil is the best. Okay. Oy. Oh my goodness. Here we go again. Okay, so you put your spirit-soaked cloth, oil-soaked cloth, gas-soaked cloth in between the wood. Get it real good in there so the flame will touch the wood. Have your matches, Pechki. Well, if you have a Pechka, you need a lot. you light your cloth, perfect, catches fire. Then what I recommend is sometimes that may not be enough, so you can add cardboard, put it in there, get it in there, help get the fire going. Okay. And of course this should always, the bottom part should always remain open. It helps ventilate it, get some air going in there, and you should clean it every day also. Alright, so we'll let that get going. Now, the temperature gauge is your best friend. I start with 6 pieces of wood to light the fire, and then I add about 5 more pieces of wood. Now it seems silly to count, but if it prevents me, or if this efficiency and economical thing helps me reduce the amount of times I have to go downstairs and drag a bundle of wood up 3 flights of stairs, you will count, believe me. So, after about, this burns, takes about 20 minutes, this will burn 30 minutes. Add 5 more pieces of wood, get it really, really, really hot, and once those pieces of wood all ignite, you should be at 60 degrees. It will say here on your temperature gauge, 60 degrees. That is when you can add your coal. I recommend about 2/3 of a bucket of coal. Once it hits that, you take the top off because this will be very hot. Take the top off. So let's pretend this is already all lit. Put your coal in, dump it about 2/3. Spread it around. This must stay open. And then after about 30 minutes, the coal will get very hot. And then, of course, when the coal starts to get red, keep putting in more and more in. I would recommend about 3 to 4 scoops once like the whole bed of coal is hot and red. Okay, that's that. You should do that all night, all day. I do it about every hour. I refill the coal. And if you live close to school, walk home, refill it. It's easier to keep the fire going than having to clean it every day. I can't. I live too far from school, and walking home 25 minutes just to keep the coal going is not, I can't do that. So you could either come home every day, do this. It's just part of what you have to do in wintertime. Then, last important thing that you should know. The back part of your Pechka needs to be cleaned, because if it is not, the air will not go out of this little tubey thing. Let's see. Oh, I need the other one. So I'm going to take this off. Yes, it does. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it now, but you get the point. So you can lift this up, pull it back, pull it over, and back here, if you see down there, is where lots of soot collects. So at the end of winter, when it's springtime, I would recommend cleaning it. Just scoop it out and dump it in your bucket. Because if not, you won't ventilate properly and you'll have smoke all in your apartment. Okay? Very easy. And in the winter time, you will have to collect this. This fills up after 3 days. And in the winter time, if there's plenty of snow, it's okay to dump it on the snow, on the ice. It actually helps people walk, otherwise it's very slippery. And anything else? You can put, this is really nice to get rid of a lot of your trash, your paper, bags, whatever. Plastic bottles, if you're not really eco-friendly, you can. Food, potato skins can go in there. And I think that's about, oh, and lastly, it depends. Some Pechkas may have this. This you need to have filled. If it's like a regular gasoline container, it should be about 1/3 of the way filled with water, because this will help create steam throughout the pipes that will warm your entire apartment. Be careful, because if you get past 90 to 100 degrees, this thing will explode. It will overflow and water will get everywhere. So you really have to watch it. And then this part, when you get the coal, when the coal's burning at 90 degrees, you could probably shut it just a little bit. You will have to get a feel for how this works, because the ventilation here is critical when maintaining your Pechka. And I believe that is all on how to do a Pechka. I hope this helps you and stay warm in the winter time. It's not that bad, I promise. It's a lot of work, but you have a sense of accomplishment at the end of your service, and everybody does it here. It's just part of what you have to do. All right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy.